Hey YouTube, what's going on? I said in my last video I was going to try to put up a contest video, and I'm trying to get it done today because today, the 21st, is the deadline. So, Strangexblade has a 500 sub contest. Like I say, he's well over 500 now. But his contest basically is to pick your favorite comic decade. It would be 60s, 70s, 80s, obviously 90s, so on. Um, So I started collecting comics in the 80s. Some of those are obviously my favorites, but um, my favorite time period of comics is the 70s, the Bronze Age, mostly 70s stuff, for a few reasons. One, obviously got some great covers, characters, just the coloring of the book itself. I like the characters. I said, and another big thing I like is the fact that a lot of these are really short runs, both Marvel and DC, and they're relatively inexpensive. So for a collecting standpoint, that's kind of like where I like to focus um, a lot of my money, and I have a lot of those series complete, so I'm always looking for more. So I said about covers. I mean, obviously the old picture frame covers is a classic from the '70s, and um, obviously I'm going to show a video. Why not show some Captain America books? So there's this is 151, and this is one of my favorite covers too. This is 149. So like I said, all those picture frame covers back in the 70s, all the titles were awesome. Especially, so yeah. So I said also the runs and the characters, really short runs. I think this is only 4 issues of Beware the Claws of the Cat. I think I have one, 3, and 4 of that. Obviously, Inhumans. The first issue might be a little pricey, but all the other ones are relatively really inexpensive. Short run of that. One of my favorite runs, the Champions. I love this. One of my favorite covers. Champions, another great series. This one's probably not so short, but the Defenders is another great run from the 70s. I think it was like 152, so relatively short, but not so crazy. Just another great first appearance from the Bronze Age. This is late 70s, maybe 79, I think it is, but it's a book I've always wanted growing up, and I'm finally glad to have a copy of it. Another short run, great character, Son of Satan. Like I said, relatively inexpensive. I feel like I found a majority of those in, either dollar. I think of the most I paid for. I think the first one I paid $7, $8 for the first issue. That's a couple years ago, but I think you can still find them relatively cheap. Nova, another one that's relatively expensive. Obviously, except for the first issue, I think I paid $10 for this one. Probably 4 or 5 years ago. But still, relatively expensive. 25 issues in a run. This one's probably not so cheap, but still a great character from the Bronze Age. I think I paid $25 for this a few years ago. It's not in the best shape, but yeah, I love it. The Marvel side, also DC side, had some great little short runs. Shade of Changing Man, I think there's 7 issues in that. Another one, Cobra. There's 7 issues in that. Relatively inexpensive. One of my favorite characters growing up. One of the first comics I had was issue 2 of this. So, Steel's another great one. Said there's only 4 issues in this. And I also had that DC comic implosion back in the 70s where a lot of the runs were cut short. Still some great stuff. Another run, good run, Secret Society Supervillains. Again, super cheap, affordable. All-time favorite books here, Karate Kid. It's one of my first comics I ever had back in the 80s, but this is from, I can't remember, 70-something. But yeah, relatively short run, cheap. Justice #1. There's only, 4 or 5 issues in this run? Again, inexpensive. This one might be a little expensive now, but still, I think it's a relatively affordable. Same thing, all the other books are relatively affordable. You find them, $2, $3 a piece. Ragman, another good run. Short run, great character. Something new, relatively new in my collection, Starfire. I can't remember how many issues in this, but I have probably like half of these. Again, Claw, the Unconquered. Another cheap run to get put together. Short. And Firestorm. 4 issues. One might be a little more expensive than the other ones, but the other ones I just saw 2 of them, and I think 3 and 4 for a buck a piece, and I passed on them. I already had them, so I figured somebody else to let somebody else enjoy them. And then probably one of my favorite things about the 70s is Jack Kirby. The characters he came out with, and the colors, and just the art, it's just phenomenal. Most of these are probably affordable, nothing too crazy. This might be a little bit up there now, but Eternals #1, great run, short run too. Again, Machine Man, another one. I said really short, relatively expensive. Not so much this one. I get this really cheap. Not in the best shape, but still another great Jack Kirby stuff. Devil Dinosaur, another great Jack Kirby stuff. I found this really cheap. Community #1. That's what, 50 some issues. But still relatively. I still find them for $1 every now and then. OMAC, another great. I think there's 7 issues in this. Relatively expensive. New Gods, another one that's short run. This one, a couple might be a little pricey, but I think still affordable. Sandman, another one, 4 issues. No, is it 4? No, 6 issues. I think I'm still missing 5 and 6 of this. Let's try to get the purple variant cover. That might be a little pricey. Mr. Miracle #1, one of my all-time favorite covers. Again, short, relatively short run. And then probably my favorite cover of all time is the Demon #1. Just love this cover. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The covers, the colors, the characters, the artwork. Everything about the 70s is just great. So there's my contest. I said most of these are, relatively affordable compared to like Silver Age stuff. I think I paid $20, $25 for that. Like I said, these are a couple years ago. So please check out Strangexblade. Great content. Check out his pretty cool video. He actually does a 30-some book DC affordable keys. It's a really cool video. Just a lot of great haul videos. I'm sure if you're sub to me, you should be sub to him. If not, please check him out. Like I said, I try to put his link in my description below, but I always have trouble doing it on my phone. So just search him out and you'll find him. So that's all for now. I do actually have some dollar books that I just bought recently, so maybe I'll do a haul video soon. Who knows? But that's all for now. We'll see you next one. Thanks.